Donald Trump's sycophants just continue to lie even after they've been indicted for lying. Guess you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And in this breaking story, that old dog is former federal prosecutor Sidney Powell. Remember that goofball? Yeah, well, this time she kicked the wrong sleeping dog. And that dog is Ben Stiller. And if you don't recall Sidney Powell, oh my goodness, this is one of the gals who got indicted because of the entire Georgia election fraud case. But take a look at who she is if you don't recall real quick, and I'm going to show you that breaking story in a few seconds for Ben Stiller.
New insight on what Dallas-based attorney Sidney Powell had to say after cutting a plea deal.
ABC News obtained exclusive video what Powell and another attorney told prosecutors about President Trump allegedly plotting to overturn the election.
Yes, and ABC News has obtained portions of these proffer videos. They're often part of a plea deal where a defendant agrees to offer evidence that could help prosecutors. And Trump advisors Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis pleaded guilty to reduced charges and did agree to cooperate. Meanwhile, attorney Sidney Powell of Dallas, who spread conspiracy theories about voting machines being controlled by Venezuela, among other things, says Trump was weighing plans to seize voting machines based on her advice that he'd really won the election.
What was President Trump's reaction when, I guess, this cadre of advisors would say you lost?
It was like, well, they would say that and then they'd walk out and he'd go, see, this is what I deal with all the time.
His trusted advisors were telling him, sir, you lost. So I guess my question is, why in his mind was your credibility higher than theirs?
Because I didn't think he had lost.
Now, in this breaking story, the original video at the center of this story is when Ben Stiller went to see Vladimir Zelensky in Ukraine in 2022. Take a look.
Yeah. No.
We know you very well.
It's a great honor for me, and nice to see you. It's really wonderful. You're my hero. You're amazing. Yes.
Right.
No. As you quit a great acting career for this.
Not so great.
No, but pretty great. But what you've done and the way that you've rallied the country and what for the world, it's
How to push to Russia, it's very difficult. Thanks to such people like you. Yeah. So we can do it.
the actual impact of coming here.
And even though she was indicted, and even though she had to cut a plea deal, Sidney Powell just took some gerrymandered, jerry-rigged video related to Ben Stiller, some other Hollywood celebrities, and U.S. aid and fraud funding, and turned it into a thing on Musk's platform X, and yet all a lie. Here is the breaking story right now. Breaking news, Ben Stiller smacks down ex-Trump lawyer for pushing Russian media lies and claims totally false. Hollywood actor Ben Stiller took to social media Wednesday to swat away what he called lies coming from Russian media and promoted by Sidney Powell, a former federal prosecutor who was indicted along with Donald Trump and 17 others in Georgia's election interference case. Powell, who has a history of promoting baseless conspiracies, shared a video Wednesday morning from a right-wing account with the watermark E! News, in which a narrator said the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, sponsored American celebrity visits to Ukraine following Russia's invasion. The video continues, citing no evidence or sourcing that major celebrity actors Angelina Jolie, Sean Penn, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Orlando Bloom, and Ben Stiller each raked in millions from the agency to boost Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky's popularity. The video got a hefty endorsement from Powell, who reshared the video on X, in quote. Here's another one, digital soldiers. Keep them coming. It's a lot of fraud and corruption to pick apart. Also list the names of people who got the money. Hashtag USAID has apparently been one big slush fund for anything the left wanted, she wrote in sharing the video. X Community Notes tool smacked down the video, noting the reporting is nowhere to be found on eonline.com. To boot, Stiller himself came out and forcefully denied the accusations. In quotes, totally false, untrue. These are lies coming from Russian media. I completely self-funded my humanitarian trip to Ukraine. There was no funding from U.S. aid and certainly no personal payments, he wrote on X. Video from June 2022 showed Stiller shaking Zelensky's hand and calling him my hero. In a lighter moment, Stiller complimented Zelensky on his great acting career, to which Zelensky responded, in quotes, not as great as you, as the two laughed. I can only tell you, folks, from the bottom of the core of my being, this is going to become a weekly thing, without question. You are going to have constant AI, fake video, fake voices, state media, Russia, whomever. There are going to be constant things that come out that someone said or did that's complete BS, and it's not going to stop. It's only going to grow exponentially. Take my word for it. This is why I say, enjoy your life, stay calm, breathe, but stay frosty.